Já se nemohl
tak asi přetavím. Nebo to jak dali prezentaci romancí ale je to tak, jo. Zjistíme to přesně. Vy nejdete na polovičku ve slavě?
Balko, nevíš o Peťovi Češkovi? Nepřijde? A proč neposlali legačku? Tak ji měl poslat, teď nám bude dělat koždám. No dobrý, díky. Nemůžeš mu ještě napsat, jestli by nám náhodou neposlal tu delegačku, jenom aspoň na koho?
Já to vezmu na sebe.
Ať ti to jenom napíše na Telegram, pohodě. Chci říct, víš na koho? Může na tebe třeba. Ty ještě nemáš. Budeš to ty? Jo? Jenom si to můžu zaznačit.
Abych možná nevítal úplně slova končíží, jenom tam byl
Začni na to tady dělat, pak budeš mít zápis. Ty si koupíš ve svým volným času.
Hej, ale pořád jsem byl škemra a to jako možná mě to dál, než
že si to přepisuješ, nebo se to už udělá. Lístky potom máte tady, jo? Jsou rozdělené podle pozic a donesli jste ještě ty tušky? Ty tušky jste donesli? Tušky? Byly tam, takže tady s tou jednou tuškou. Jo, jestli máte tušky, tak to bude super.
Tak zacvak,
Někdo se tak nám
něco. Jak budeš výrazný. Ale pak to nebude
Já se zase ubejdu do těch dvojky.
Jo, je to tady všechno. Hej. A slyšet to jde z toho, že? Jo, super. To jde slyšet na streamu, že? Už to jde slyšet na streamu, že?
Už budeš slyšet na streamu.
Já to nezjistím.
Ano, Hanko, už budeš slyšet na streamu.
Budeš taky slyšet na streamu a to suštění papíru taky.
Sušený papír.
A může se to jako legálně udělat jiným barvou než modrou a legálně, jako něco máme, ale teda jako modrý červený. Červený je za dva. Aha.
Tak kde já mám delegovaný hlas?
Jo, tak tu jde za 4.
Jo, přesně, tak já bych vážil, ne?
Máš delegovaný na soterky. A jo, to máš? Černé, jo.
Jo.
To z některka.
A co myslíš, že to máš? Ten kantor, jestli tam může delegovat hlas, nebo něčí mám, a jak už mám?
A to, co jsem tam měl předtím. Filip, tak chcete tam propisku? Teď už si musím zapamatovat doma. Já bych se už si dáte do dvojice. Teď se mě ale co to bude, že tam dá? Je to možná za ten důvod. Počkej. Ale další, to je to fakt 20.
A ten to mi rád.
bych si pak dal chromový oceli, že? No.
Ale musíš si říct, že to kdyby smlouvu poslednou
A ta mikrofon se to takhle
teď ti vlastně bude věřit, že to je
právě, já jsem si směl.
Pro některý
Ale žádný otázky. Já bych si chtěl žádný otázky. No, nebo fakt prostě zavolal. Asi nemá nic moc dobrá, prostě tak si odpověď třeba
To je správné slovo.
To mi nevychází.
Já si možná takhle na paměť, tam si myslím, že to
Chceš skončit takhle?
já dneska nahazovat emancipaci.
Ale to je jako jedna, ne? Já můžu, ale mít.
Ideálně, co se tady s vámi baví, tak jsem se dočetl do té druhé věty za poslední 13.
a má přidané testy.
Já to říkám,
Protože posledně, co jsem se snažil dělat všechny spaměti, tak jsem se někdy dostal v třetí větě, ale prostě
ale to vlastně jsem to takovou úplně novou činu. Ne, takovou úplně novou činu, že kterým to přednášíš, tak
No, ale když mlčíš, tak to je celkem vyděšený.
No, hele, zjišťuju to.
tak minulé to bylo.
Nechte to kolo. Až mít až potom, že jo. Teda jakože tady mikrofon, ty máš mikrofon.
Jako by tě neuslyší tě pája.
A jo.
Ona tě uslyší, by tě uslyšela se vším zpožděním.
Jo, takže
Až
tady
zpětně,
nemusím,
takže jako-
takže až na...
No ne, ale tak teď už to chceš mluvit i k páji, že jo?
Jo,
Ani? Dvakrát se máme podpisovat?
jo, na 2 prezenčkách. Ale myslím, že teďka pája slyší, nevím.
No to ona musí říct, to já nevím.
Se pájí ještě raz na ten druhý. Pájí. Slyšíme se? Počkat, pája. Takže to je dobrý. Akorát... Neslyšíme páji?
Teď jsme ji slyšeli.
Páji, chceš ještě prosím něco?
Já Hanku slyším na tom streamu.
Já vidím, že tam mluví...
Taky asi nějak zesil v tom počítači.
Všichni musíme být potichu,
A stream můžeš zavřít. Já teď slyším se prostě zpoždění.
Jo, ale neslyším páju.
Však
Ona
zase
mluví strašně potichu,
však
ale
zase ten počítač.
myslíš si, že... Ale protože si nejdu nějak do práce.
Kašlej ještě jednou. Zakašlej nám páje, prosím. Lepší.
Podepsat se i za ně, já to řeknu. Ale budou ticho aspoň.
Já jsem to psal hrozně dlouho, ne, to teda bylo tak kvalitní, ale
Asi v pohodě, můžu se jít mikrofon? Děkuju.
Já jsem vyšet.
Nechaj na to.
So yeah, hello everyone. Can we start? Are you ready for that? Yep. So let me welcome you here at the General Assembly FEKT Brno. And for the start, I would like to thank all of you for coming and wish all the luck to our candidates because they did really amazing job with their candidates and also with the presentation. So good luck to you. And today we will have more points than just the presentations of the candidates. First of all, Philip will start with our financial report. He will show you how we are with numbers in ESN. After that, we will have a quorum check and formalities. And after that, we will start with candidates' presentation. First of all, there will be buyout for courses manager position. After each candidate, there will be discussion with candidate, so you can ask questions then. And after that, there will be communications manager, which will be buyout the stream. After that, we will have events manager from our unique Roman. After that, we will have Roman with his candidacy for president of ESN Brno for next academic year. And the last candidate, but not least, will be Kurt with his presentation about his candidacy for treasurer. After all of the candidates and discussion with them, there will be a discussion without the candidates. There won't be the candidates, and we can discuss together about the candidates. There will be also 2 coffee breaks, so if you wanna go to toilet, just please use them, because you don't want to interrupt the candidates. And after all of that, we will have results from our beauty commission from Munich, and we will take a picture, and that will be the end, and we will go to Panda Point. So I would like to give my words to Philip and his presentation about financial situation.
So, about the financial situation, I got prepared for your presentation. It's made differential because like I presented the same thing last year during the regular general assembly, when the current board was voted on. So it was, let's say, 10.5 months ago, so these are the results in percentages, the difference since then till today, or till 28th of April. I closed it on 28th April, and also I excluded the both party thing because that still didn't happen. So let's say the money we got from the tickets that were sold are not included in this because we didn't yet pay anything for both party and stuff like that. So it's like we made clean of that. And let's continue. So our current situation is not stones. And I will explain these shocking numbers. That's basically a method I kinda, let's say, made up. I took all the money we have, compared it to the money we had 10.5 months ago, when the last report was presented. And this is the difference if we would pay also the money we are right now expected to pay. And that's quite a lot, like more than half less the money reserves than we had 10.5 months ago. That sounds kind of bad. Why this money is so highly negative, we'll take a look at that. So yeah, there are some institutions, let's say, who owe us money, owe us quite a lot. So I can make an update to that. Muni paid their same part yesterday, but it's not still in this presentation counted. But yeah, 28th April we were owed from Muni and Mendelu for same party. Also, let's say there is something expected from DZS, since we do DZS supported events, and at the end of the semester they are in Bursa, so let's say we already paid for them, and we're gonna wait till end of the semester to get the money from them. But that's not the biggest part. The biggest part is our university lovely, and they are kinda, let's say, struggling with paying. They, like, for welcome week they waited for, let's say, 2 months or something like that to pay places they ordered, and they still didn't pay us for welcome week. So for welcome week we are missing some money, and we are also missing 3 months of support, because for this calendar year we didn't get till now still we didn't get any money from the uni to this point. during this calendar year. We still got the budget to handle that situation. Yeah, a year ago I was asked, what are you gonna do if they're gonna cut the budget? So I was like, I'm gonna change stuff based on the budget that will be cut. And right now we still don't have any budget because they are like doing problems or causing problems. But from the other side, they also are asking for a grant for Erasmus, saying that we support our local ESN, and they don't have papers to say that they support local ESN because they didn't give them any money, or us. So at this point, they figured out that they are asking for money without like getting the permission from DZS to ask for the money because they are not supporting their ESN, and they were like, doing illegal stuff is actually illegal. So yeah, right now we are about to get the thing for budget and gonna charge them for this money for the 3 months of support, and also for the welcome week should be soon done. I think I must like leave a good impression to make sure that this thing doesn't happen next year. This is kinda bad situation, but our section can handle it. So let's say we are fine. You saw the current numbers. Those aren't looking fine, but they owe us money. They are obligated to pay that money. So we are, let's say, safe. And what does this all together make? Confused tongues. The money we are owed is more than the money we had a year ago. So it's plus 150.8%. So you get the results, and if you wanna help with the math, don't worry, I did it for you, and you can also check it here. What's the difference compared to the last year? So if we got paid the money we are owed to, we will be plus 61.6% of the reserves. And why is it so high? Yeah, we also are planning all the time to get the new merch, but it was kind of stuck with our communication manager, and right now it looks we will have the new merch, but it will be quite a bit late. So like during this month maybe we'll use the money for that, or part of it, just maybe, depends. I think it's like we still end up in plus even using the money for the merch, considering there is also not included the boat party, and boat party already sold out, so boat party will be positive, okay? Boat party isn't included in this report. And that would be it from me. Hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I'll leave the word for Annika.
Don't rush away, because we will have also discussion if you want to ask something, Philip. So now it's your time if you want to. And I'm opening the speakers list if there's okay.
I have a question. How did the Krakow trip go financially?
Positively.
How positively, if we can
Positively. Let's say something like 12, 13k plus in Czech crowns, something like that.
Good job.
Yes, Jirka?
You mentioned that we are owed money by the rectorate. Is it already fixed that we will get the money, and it's like some precautions for the next year, or is it still like the depend mostly on the people that are there?
It's like fixed because they are required from DZS that they are giving them money for Erasmus program here. That they have to show them that they are also paying their ESN section, which is part of the Erasmus, and they are asking for money for ESN. So let's say they are forced to pay us the money they give us, because if they won't pay us, they will lose more money. If you get it, the numbers.
So why is the reason we don't have them now?
We don't have them now. Let's say they are a bit trying to negotiate with us to go even lower and lower and lower, and I'm like, no, I can see that from the ministry you are getting actually more and more money every year, and here we get the papers black and white that we are getting more money and there is no reason to cut it in the budget. And she was like, oh, okay, we're gonna make something with that. So yeah, they were trying to like cut us down, and since we got the reserve, we don't need the money quickly. they were expecting us to like ask for the money quickly to run out of reserves and to accept like worse options, but during May there is like the deadline for them to ask us for the invoices.
Great, I have great watching that. So do you know what's going on?
Okay, is there any other question? Okay, in that case, I will close the speakers list. Is there any objections? No? Okay, the speakers list is closed, and thank you very much for your presentation. And now we will go to formalities. First of all, we will have quorum check, and because Jirka is really interested in Pokemon, so that he want to ask you this question. So I wanna ask all of you this question. Options are yes, no, abstain. If you have a delegated vote, please raise both of your hands. If you don't have delegated vote, then just one hand. So, Dan, can you? Yeah. So is Pokemon Go the best game which has ever been created? Yes, no, abstain. And our first member is Ashka. And she delegated her vote to Daniel. So, is the option yes, no, or abstain for her?
Abstain.
Yes. Bohuslav Gregorovic delegated vote for Jiří Kreisinger.
The answer is no.
Okay. Dan Němec?
No.
Dan Romanovský?
No.
Filip Wagner?
No.
Hanna Hálová? No. Jiří Kreisinger?
No.
Jiří Soukup?
No. No.
Josef Kolář?
No.
Kateřina Dobešová, and she delegated her vote for Radmila Centnerová.
Yes.
Next is Lenka Hálová, and she delegated her vote to Hanna Hálová, and the option is no. Lukáš Havlíček?
No.
Marie Soukupová, and she delegated her vote to Jiří Soukup.
No.
Martin Salini?
No.
Martin Václavík?
Yes.
Then we have Michal Olexa. Okay, he's not here, so no vote. Then we have Pája Guziurová.
No.
Okay. Pája Jiroušková, and she delegated her vote to Zuzka Gregušková.
No.
Pálko Paštrnák.
Ano.
Okay, then we have Petr Češka.
No.
Okay. Okay, no. Then we have Radmila Centnerová.
Abstain.
Abstain. Then we have Roman Krček.
No.
Terka Kellerová, and she delegated her vote for Pája.
Definitely no.
Okay, then we have Tomáš Kantor, and he delegated his vote to Filip Wagner.
Yes.
So. Then we have Tomáš Opletal.
Abstain.
And the last one is Zuzana Grigušková, and she abstained. Okay, so we have from 26 people who asked for interested membership, 26 is present, and 25.
Yeah.
From 20, sorry. And for option yes, there were three people voting. For option no, there were 18 votes, and for option abstain, there were 4 votes. So quorum check is done. We are approved, and we can vote now. So First of all, I would like to, before the presentations and discussion, will you give some things how to you can ask and so on. So voting, as you saw, only a person with interested memberships can vote, and also the people with delegated vote. In discussion, everyone can participate, not just ESN members from our section. You can ask questions only after opening the speakers list, as you saw during Philip's presentation and before its closing. Also, if you want to ask questions, please speak in a respectful tone and do not repeat questions from online question round, and which was already answered before, so it's only covered. Also try to follow this time schedule and also follow the code of conduct of ESN International, so no violence, no no asking about inappropriate questions. And if you will break these rules, you will be asked to leave. Yeah. About question round, please use gestures. It will be on the next slide. As I mentioned before, everyone can ask questions, only raise a hand. You can ask them during speakers list, and if it was answered, then just say cover, as I mentioned before. That's it. So yeah, here we are with our gestures. If you wanna make other square, just raise both of your hands. If you wanna react to someone, then just 2 fingers. And if you wanna speak, so you wanna add yourself to speakers list, just raise 1 hand. And yeah, another voting from first voting of today. We will vote about our election commission, and it's Sonia Haulikova and Lucia Lichvárová from Brno. That's them. So thank you very much for coming here. And my question for you is if you approve Sonia Haulikova and Lucia Lichvárová as election commission of General Assembly 2023. So the options are yes, no, abstain. So if you are for option yes, then raise a hand. And if you have delegated vote, then 2. Okay. If you are for option no, if you are for option abstain, okay. Okay. For option yes, there were 25 votes. For option no, 0, and it's the same for option abstain. So we approve the electoral commission. So then we will have approval about our minutes keeper, which is Daniel Romanovsky. So options are yes, no, abstain, as before. So for option yes, for option no, for option abstain. Okay, we approved our minutes keeper with 25 yes, 0 no, and no abstain. Okay, and now it's the time for our first candidate, which is Paya. So huge applause for Paya. And,
almost everyone knows me, but here's my candidacy, so let me show you who am I. So, here's some basic info. I'm 23 years old, I'm a sportive person and I study Faculty of Chemistry, especially biotechnology. And as you can see, my favorite food is every food. So here's another funny fact. So I brewed my own beer with my friend. I had a certificate C1 in French, but it's not true anymore. And I own a dog, as you can see here. And as you can see, I think right now, I always having fun, like on the pictures, like stealing the pickles and having some fun in planetarium. So what I do when I have free time, so I cook and bake a lot. As you can see, I hope you won't get hungry after these pictures. So that's it. I like sports. As you can see, I'm like interested hiker. I did the yoga sessions during the winter and summer semester, and I ski and play tennis a lot. So yeah, a lot. It's not true anymore. So and also I have amazing relation with animals, as you can see, mainly with dogs and goats. So yeah, that's me. And how did I start my career in ESN? So I joined in August 2022, and then I became Instagram coordinator since August or September, I'm not sure now. Then Terka joined the CM team, let's say, and as you can see, yeah, Terka here. And our CM team gets really bigger because Dan and Petya joined as well. So and yeah, do graphics a lot because Terka was busy and she couldn't make it. So yeah, as you can see, there are some graphics I made. Mainly, I'm proud of this one because I came with the idea to bring the allergens for dinners. So yeah, I'm really proud of it. And here's my plans as a courses manager. Mainly, I would like to continue with all kind of dinners and Erasmus in schools and the presentations of nations. One improvement I had on my mind was like offering the presentation to the Czech students, and also coordinate cooperation with the board to help organizing small events, so small team buildings, and organizing the cottage and so on. So yeah, that's it. And my plans, I would like to cooperate with event manager to have more cultural events, like visiting historic cities, museums, any monuments, and so on. Also, I would like to do more sports for Erasmus students, also for members. So there will be probably more hiking, more activities, like tournaments and so on. So I think it would be fine. And also, I would like to cooperate with HR and communications to raise awareness about the prevention of sexual harassment at parties and support the responsible parties as well. So you can have like safe section. And I would like to do for our members, it's like establishing a note box. There will be a box when you can leave your complaints or some compliments, let's say, and it could be signed or anonymous, so nobody will be worried that they will be abused about something, like saying their opinion. And yeah, continuing with workshop, mainly it will be like self-improvement. So that's it from my plans. So that's all. Thank you for your attention. I hope I will be able to answer your questions. So.
Thank you very much for your lovely presentation. And I'm opening the speakers list, so if you want to ask Pi a question, just raise your hand. Okay. Okay, Radia, you can start.
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Pi.
I have a question about the notebooks. How often do you want to check the answers and by this frequency?
I think it will be fine if we checked it every week, like let's say every board meeting. So there will be there won't be so many notes, or it won't be like too often. So I think every week it's fine for like the frequency.
Okay, I have a question as well. Don't worry. Thank you once again for all of the presentation. And I want to ask once again about the notebooks because it's a really amazing idea. We're thinking also about opening some books for Erasmus students as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about this as well, but I'm not sure if they won't use it like a trash box, like let's say. So I will think about it during the summer, and then I will see if we can do it for Erasmus students as well, because I think it will be fine. So they can just give us complaints about anything, like I didn't like this party and so on. So I think
Yep.
it will be fine.
Thank you very much. Is there any other question? Okay, I have another. Don't worry. I just want to ask about your preparation for the selections. We're talking with current board members, our courses manager, or how much time did you involve in your preparation?
Like I talked with Circa during the semester, like during the winter semester and summer semester a lot. So we like, discussed a lot, like courses agenda. So I think it's long time preparation.
Yeah, thank you very much. And don't worry. Don't worry. How are you? Which type of personality are you when it comes to deadlines? Like,
You know, because I send the presentation
really
first,
early.
so I don't like leaving the things at the last minute. So I do it when it's possible. So it could be like week till the deadline. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Is there any? Yeah, Irka.
During the past semester or two, you attended some courses events. Would you describe them as being good, bad, could improve? Would you share some of your experiences, some events that you would like to make better, or some that didn't go that well, or some that were great and you would just like to repeat them the way they were?
Like the second part, you can repeat it again. It was too long.
I mean, you attended lots of big courses events. I'm asking you the ones that didn't went so well, if you could mention some of them and what you improve, and some of them that went really well that you would just copy them again with no much changes.
So I think the presentations of nations and international dinners and let's say all kind of dinners were fine, except Easter dinner because they expected more food. So next time we don't have to promote it like a dinner. But I think most of them were fine. I could leave them like this, and so one of them is Erasmus in schools, when I would like to improve the organization and start to promote it and motivate more students earlier. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you for the answer. I hope that you may say the Christmas dinner also needs some improvement, but we can discuss later.
Okay, I have another question. Sorry, Martin.
Thank you for the presentation. I have a really short question. Can you name all the causes of ESN?
Social inclusion, skills and employability, education, and youth. Yes. Environmental sustainability and healthcare and well-being. And culture. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I have last question from my side, I swear. How are you about negotiating with other people? I was asking also during question round, online question round, but not you. But how are you how you speak with people who maybe you don't like, or how are you when when it comes to that people have different opinions than you? Like, how would you
I
say
always try to
you are?
find some solution. Always try to be nice and friendly, but sometimes it's not happening like this. But yeah, most of the times it's friendly.
Thank you very much. Is there any other question from your side? No? Okay, so I will ask if I can close the speakers list. Is there any objections? No? So thank you, Paya, for your presentation, and we can proceed. Okay, and yes. So we will come to our other
Co vymýšlíš?
Paya, are you with us?
As well?
Yeah, so now it's your turn. Can you share the screen with us?
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So can I start?
Yes, so you can start. So I'm turning microphone off.
Right. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Paya, and because I'm on Erasmus. Sorry, I just hear myself. Okay, I hope it will be better now. And I won't hear you now, so I hope it will be fine. Because I'm on Erasmus in Norway, maybe some of you don't know me. My name is Paya, as I said, and let me tell you something about myself first. I would like to start with saying something about me, and there are many things, many normal and average things that I would probably be able to say about myself, but it's not really my style, so I will start with my superpowers. And as you can tell, maybe a bit, I like to make fun of myself and sometimes even of my friends, even though for me it's usually a sign of showing my love for them. I'm also better at cooking typical Spanish food than the typical Czech food. And as my friends might say, I'm sometimes being a bit sarcastic, but also I would say good at teamwork. And as I found out just here in Norway, I'm good at making fire, even if the wood is wet. And then I found out how the smoked meat feels, which is also interesting finding out. When it comes to my free time activities, I like to spend my time in a meaningful way, and I love to spend it outside, somewhere in nature. So I love doing hikes and going cross country skiing, and I also like climbing. But definitely, my favorite sport would be surfing. I like to feel like dirty clothes in washing machine, obviously. And yeah, so when I'm at home and the weather is bad, I also like to read books, so I can also be calm and a responsible person studying at home, not just doing all the outdoor activities. And I also know how to play guitar just enough to get in trouble when we are sitting at the fire. Uh, Another thing that I would mention about myself would be my friendships, because I think it's a big part of who I am and a big part of what makes me me. Because I used to be very shy and didn't talk a lot to many people. And after my first Erasmus and also during being a part of ESN, it changed a lot. And now I really enjoy spending time with my friends. And I would say that I have quite good friends and quite a lot of them that have very nice bond, that we have a very nice bond with each other. And let me tell you about my story and how I got to ESN. So first time I heard about ESN, it was during my first Erasmus. It was in Denmark a year and a half ago. And back then, I never thought I would join this organization because I didn't really have any reasons back then. But after coming back from my Erasmus, I saw that it was very nice spending time with international people, and I kind of missed that and experienced the so-called post-Erasmus syndrome. So I decided to join our Lovely section, and I became active member, where I participated as OC in multiple events, and also with Raja, we did our first trip to Moravian Cars like 3 weeks after we joined. And yeah, last semester I became a coordinator of presentations of nations. And after that, I had to leave for my Erasmus, so I wasn't continuing in any work so far. Well, when talking about my first experiences with Canva, which is the program we use for making the graphics, I think my first try was during being coordinator when I tried to do some graphics for the presentations before we got it from Turkey, and there was a bit of miscommunication, but it was a nice try. And so I learned about Canva and actually used it here in Norway for making posters for our parties that we were making. So to let our friends know and get them here, I tried to make some posters. So what should you expect from me as a communication manager? I really hope that I will be able to transition as a communication manager as smoothly as possible, because I want to learn from the previous ones that have already some experience in that. And also I would like to build a team for a communication, like a communication team, and because I think that the agenda is big and I will definitely need some help. And connected to that, I would like to organize some little team building at the beginning, or when I find the people that will want to join and help me. And yeah, to build some good relationships and to get each other more, and to make the cooperation as smooth as possible. And of course, it's not going to be cooperation just with my communication team, but also with other board members and communication managers from other sections, because as all we know, the events that we hold are not just of our section, but sometimes in cooperation with Brno United. So I hope this cooperation will be all right. And yeah, then I will focus on compliance of WIM, and I would like to teach it the whole team, so we would be all sure what we are putting out is correct, and so we could keep an eye on each other and make sure that everything goes just all right. Then I had this little idea about making part of the graphics as GIFs, because I think it's nice. It could be maybe a bit new, and I think it will maybe draw attention of Erasmus people, and I hope they will like it. Also, I would like to continue with sharing all the upcoming events every Sunday night or evening, because I think that it's nice to remember our Erasmus students about the upcoming events, and I think it's a nice way to make sure they will always know in advance. And also, I'm planning to, if elected, of course, to add the Facebook links to the information we put on in our stories for Instagram, to make sure that they will get all the details. As we all know, it's sometimes a bit limited, the amount of text you will put in the post in stories. So I think it would be a good way. And yeah, the last point that I would mention would be probably sharing the opening hours of Panda Point. from time to time, so they would not forget. And yeah, that would be it from my part. And yeah, now I'm open for the questions.
Now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
And now? And now?
Yes.
So now you can hear me, right?
Very delayed.
I think since we can hear her, we can write
Yeah,
our questions.
I can hear you, but very delayed.
We can write questions maybe, as Joe said.
Yeah, the delay is from the stream, since you are probably listening also the stream, and the stream is like 10 seconds ago. So
we will write.
yep. Well, yeah. I think one of the solutions is to write the questions for Paya to the chat, and she will answer like directly.
Can you write it or should I?
Can I?
Yeah. Thank you. So okay, I'm opening the speakers list and you can ask questions. Joe then will write to Paya and Paya will answer you. So it will be a little delayed, but we will manage it. So I'm opening the speakers list. Is there any questions? So Jirka, any other questions? So Jirka, you can go.
Yeah.
So my question is, like, what portion of the budget would you dedicate to the after movies? Because you mentioned you would like to make them, but those are not cheap. So what portion of the budget would you like to dedicate to it?
Yeah. So I wrote what portion of the budget would like to dedicate to the after movie.
The after movies.
Yep.
Okay, so I would say that this is a question that for sure to be discussed with everyone in board, and with the treasurer, and based on how much money we will give to the event, and also with event manager, how much money he wants to use on different things. So yeah, I don't mind spending like more money or more money. I would say that I wouldn't be paying like too little money, because I think it's important to get the after movies, or like I think it's also a good advertisement for us, and that's why I think it would be easier to tell it to other Erasmus students how they want to, if they want to come, so they would see what the events are like. I think that saving money there is not necessary that much if we have budget that is big enough. Is that what you meant?
So, is there any other question? Okay, I have one. I would like to ask, as well as I was asking Paya, how did your preparation for the candidacy went? Like, how were you preparing?
Okay, so first I tried to talk to Terka, our previous communication manager, but she didn't reply my messages. So I contacted Vaya, and we had this call where she explained to me, where we went through the agenda, and she explained to me the things that I was not sure about, and so I tried to ask her about the things that she, as the part of communication team, does, and how we work together, and yeah, basically that.
Thank you. So,
Okay, should I repeat that?
Are there any other questions for Paya? Yeah, Martin?
How would you approach the transition process if Terka is still not to be reached in the future?
If Terka is not replying, then of course I'm not going to bother her again and again. And I was thinking about writing to Matko, which has been communication manager as far as I know. And also I want to ask, I asked Paya for help as well, and she said that she would help me like in the beginning. So I hope it will be enough for me to learn as quick as possible how to be a good communication manager.
Is there any other question? Okay, I have another one. Just briefly, in your presentation, you talked about Vim. So maybe there's someone who don't know. We don't know what is Vim. So just briefly introduce us. What is it?
Okay, so WIM, it's basically the rules that you have to follow when you are posting something, and when you are supposed to put the logo of ESN. So it has some rules that you need to follow, like you don't put a white logo on some background where it couldn't be seen, or also the other way with the black logo or like the colorful logo. So you have to pay attention to that, and it shouldn't be like covered with anything or too close to anything. And yeah, that's how I would describe it, sum it up. Also with using it together in like some, when you are writing a text, then you shouldn't include it as a part of text. And then there is the star that we have now, that it should also be alone and has own space, and yeah, that's how I would describe it, but in my own words.
Thank you. Is there any other question? So I propose to close the speakers list. Are there any objections? No, so I'm closing the speakers list. And Joe, can you thank Paya
Yep.
for her presentation?
Yeah. Akidiku.
So yeah, and now it's time for our candidacy for events manager from our beauty Roman Krček.
Will it be possible to turn off the lights?
Yes, you can turn on them. Is it possible for stream?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you will be dark as
Oh,
hell,
no.
but
Yeah, because the presentation is not really.
but you are important, not the presentation.
Yeah, the presentation is not important.
Okay. Hello. I'm Roman, and as my presentation says, I would like to be the next events manager. I'm currently 22, and I'm at the third year on FME studying mechatronics. So I'm finishing my bachelor's degree, and hopefully next year I will be doing I will be starting my master's. Well, why would I want to be an events manager? Since I joined ESN, it's been great so far. It's a great community, and it's given me a lot of great memories, a lot of love. And I would like to give some of that love back, and to make sure that the international students that come here next year will have a great time and will remember Czech Republic with the best of memories. I also met lots of new people, lots of new wonderful people, because Beauty FME isn't known for having the best community, so meeting with people outside our university or our faculty has been great. Also, for the last semester, I've been a Presentation of Nations coordinator, which helped me greatly improve my presentation skills and make me a lot more extroverted person, which I think, in my opinion, is very nice. And why events manager? Why not treasurer or president or vice president? I think this position has the biggest impact with the least amount of work that I have to put in for like communicating with the university, with the dean's office, and trying to figure out how we're gonna pay for it, because they won't pay us for 3 months. So this is kind of my reasoning. So why should you vote for me? Despite what the gossip might go around, I think I'm quite a responsible person when it's really necessary. I'm also really hardworking. I will make sure that every event is done on time and has the smoothest, is done in the smoothest way possible. And I will try my best to do a lot for this section, even if it means failing my semester. So I hope it won't come to that, but I'm dedicated. Well, what are my goals? To put it simple, I would like to do lots of great events, but I'm pretty sure this is not sufficient for you to hear, so I will expand on that. I would like to continue having good relationships with other universities, because there is some potential to do more joint events. I was thinking that something like the football matches we had, we can expand it to more games like laser game or paintball. Also, we had a great relationship as Palko will have with you. He always talks about you from Muni and Mendelu, so I hope this will help the relationships too. I would also like to improve a little bit the state of some of the parties we're having, to cooperate with the courses manager, to make sure that everyone will feel safe and welcomed at our parties, and they always enjoy them. They don't have to be scared of anyone or anything. And to also do a bit better with the owners of the clubs, because recently we've had some problems with yacht owners because our students went a little bit too crazy at the parties and damaged some of the equipment there and some of the decorations there. And this is it for my presentation. I think it was a little bit shorter than the previous, but I hope it was as packed as you would need it to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Roman, for your beautiful presentation. And by that, I'm opening the speakers list. So if you have any question for Roman, just raise a hand. Okay, Jirka, and after that, Tom.
Yeah, maybe start to ask you what you just said and we're putting the question around. You mentioned that you would like to make parties safe for everybody. Is there any indication that our parties are not so safe for everybody? Any evidence that would suggest that our parties are dangerous or people are afraid to go there or something that...
Well, the latest incident was probably at the yacht parties when some of the people threw glass bottles at some of the girls, which I think is not really good. On tram party, some girls ended up puking behind one of the trams. She was totally out of it because she drank the whole vodka before it. Some girls broke her ankle, I believe, on tram party. And even before that, I talked with some of the board members, and there were some allegations of harassment from some guy to some girl. Yes, so there is. I wouldn't say that it's in a state of disrepair and it's totally hell to go to our parties, but I think there is still improvement on how we're doing it. For example, the note box that Pája Guziorová mentioned about leaving feedback from the Erasmus students to us. Because right now, I think the feedback is a little bit biased, because people will tell you all the good stuff, because criticizing people is harder than giving them praise.
And do you have any idea how to make sure that no one breaks the ankle, no one pukes, and that no stuff is broken in the club? Because that feels more like the nice thing to say rather than the things that's actually possible to enforce by any means.
Yes, well, for the presentation of Nations Party, I was having an idea that we would make the entrance free only from certain period, for example, from 10 to 11, and then make the entrance with a little fee, so that it would encourage them not to pre-party from 9 to midnight and then come to the party totally wasted, and it would encourage them to come a little bit sooner, which would cut on the pre-party time, and also to have the parties end maybe a little bit sooner, because the parties so far are going well into the evening, 4 a.m. I think. And what the yacht people said is that some of the problems that were happening happened during the morning hours, really late into the parties. So that is one of the ways I would like to, for example, improve the presentation of Nations parties.
Okay, thank you.
Tom, you can.
So, what is Roman's most favorite event?
My favorite event? Well, as a favorite ESN event overall, I think that would be the ESN Cottage. I was really sad that I missed out on the U Cottage, because I would think it would be even 3 times better. And when it comes to favorite event we did for the Erasmus people, I think it was the trip to Krakow or to Budapest. That was equally as good, maybe even a little bit better.
Okay, any yeah, further?
How would you see future bus trips? Krakow or Budapest in your mandate? Like how many were you have plans?
Well, since I would like to do a little bit more planning ahead, so I would like to announce those trips ahead of time. I would definitely like to do one, that's for sure. But depending on how well it's filled up, I will be thinking of second, but it will depend on the activity of the people next semester.
And like each semester one or just one for whole mandate? Or?
One for the semester, sorry. Yes. One for the semester.
Joe?
You were speaking about the count of the events during the semester. Are you the person, or would you be the events manager for who is the key metric, the quality of the or the quantity of the events at all?
Well, I would definitely prefer quality over quantity, because even if we made like 100 trips and they were all bad, no one would come for them, no one would enjoy them, and overall it would leave a bad impression, and it will be not enjoyable for anyone.
And are there any events in your mind right now which you wanna like cancel or remove from the schedule at all?
I don't think so.
What do you think would be the greatest challenge for you in this position
In this position, greatest challenge. Greatest challenge. I think working with lots of people is one of the biggest challenges. So big events like International Students' Ball or tram parties, boat parties will kind of be the biggest challenge probably, to organize all of the people and to make sure the event goes smoothly.
Okay, Zuzka?
You mentioned that quality is more important for you. How do you want to measure it?
Measure it. Well, I think depends on the event, I guess. Because I would like to make sure that, for example, the trips and the hikes we do, that they're well planned, and we don't run into situations where they are suddenly somewhere waiting for something and it won't be available. So good planning is definitely a key for like expecting what the quality of the trip probably will be. And then the feedback from the students. I think if we post anonymous feedback form, I think there all of the people will have the freedom to express how they truly feel. No?
Like, if you are expecting more than 3 answers, you are a very optimistic person.
Well, 3 is still better than
yeah, 3 from 150 is kind of.
So yeah, feedback, good planning ahead, and feedback from the event leaders. I think this will be a key metric to think if they are willing to say that, yeah, this didn't went well because.
Okay.
So we have one reaction from Attila.
Yeah, that's just like more for the feedback. Actually, our event managers are doing it, like sending some sort of like anonymous form, and it works really well. We send one between ESNers, one between the Erasmus people. Gonna make a simple graph and also leave there like for your own questions, or like you can explain yourself, and it works well. Like they actually express themselves negatively or positively.
Nice.
So that's a good way. It works.
Thank you. Okay, the next question will be from my side, sorry. we are always struggling with feedback, not just feedback, but also the reports from our events. Are you the report guy and want to like leave something for future events manager and future events leaders? And do you have some, like, do you see some room from improvement, like concretely, like what will you do better?
As me leaving feedback or other people leaving feedback on the events?
Like
the reports, sorry.
the reports, the event leaders.
Well, speaking for myself, when I was event leader, it's kind of, I don't want to say difficult, but like all you are being told is write a report. Yeah, I would like to do a little bit more structure to help them with the process, because write a report can mean different things to different people. So I would like to add more structure to say like where like the form we had, but a little bit shorter, to leave them room to express like where they've been, all the places and how they would recommend it, and what to look out for, and what they would recommend next time. Because reading the reports from last year, where it was free form in documents, it could be overwhelming. It's a lot of text sometimes, and I think more form, more structure would be the way to go.
Okay, if I can react, so you are saying that the form we are like sending to event leaders, it's like too long and not too specific.
I believe yes, it is a little bit long. I think there are like 4 pages of questions, or 3. I think it's been a while since I.
Okay, thank you.
And I think it's sometimes asked like for pictures and stuff like that, which is, in my opinion, redundant, because they won't really have the pictures in the time of writing and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you. Now we have Jirka with 2 questions, and after that will Radia and Zuzka.
I would like to expand on Joe's question about the quantity versus quality. As you make a trip to the Krakow and you have been to Budapest, you have seen like how much is important for the relationship of this, like organizers and students to be like friendly and doing the stuff. Would you be willing to say a no to somebody who offered you to do a Krakow trip and you would know that that person is not up to job, that's like maybe good with organizing but not very good with connecting the students, and you would know like it wouldn't be part of Erasmus? Would it be your proposed solution, like to cut it even, or to go with even that you know wouldn't be that well?
Well, there are 2 positions on that trip. There will be an event leader and OCs. So if I see that the person is not fit to be an event leader, I would try to gently explain to him that he probably isn't up for the job of leading that event, because I know myself that it isn't really, it isn't all that easy. But he could probably, or maybe he could still be an OC, so he would, all the important and hard work would be handled by the event leader, who should be capable of doing it, and he would be at an OC position helping him. But if you mean like he would be, do you mean it like capable to do the stuff, or he would be like unpleasant to the people, he wouldn't be a good fit?
I meant more unpleasant, but also like the unfit to be both options. How would you react? Would you cancel that trip if that person was your only option? How would you deal with it?
Well, only option. Yes, I think if it wouldn't be a good trip, there is no point in doing a bad trip, in my
So you
opinion.
would be capable like tell that person like no, I don't think you are like fit for it, and cancel it.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, it was your second question. Or do you have another one? Like you were asking about 2 questions. Were
Yeah,
there
that's
2?
me.
Were there 2?
Yeah, that's
Yep,
my
okay.
question.
Okay,
Yes,
so now Radia can.
Well, thank you for your presentation. I have a question. What would you do if you didn't find the event leader? Any kind of event?
Any kind of event.
Party. You didn't find the event leader.
Yes, yes, yes. I think I thought a lot about it because sometimes I see Tomáš and he's like, yeah, do you want to do it? Like nobody wants to do it. In the off chance that we don't find event leaders, I think I could myself be an event leader, and if I wouldn't have the time to do it and nobody else would have the time to do it, then you would probably have to cancel the trip. I believe it happened last year with the caves, right?
Moravsky cars.
Yeah, Moravian cars. So hopefully this year it will be a little bit better. And if there's a emergency or something like that, I think I could step in and be the event leader.
Okay, Zuzka.
Could you please share with us your opinion on 2 specific parties, and it's Kiss or Slam party and Traffic Lights party?
I don't think I know the first party. What did you say, Kiss or Slam?
Kiss or Slam?
It never happened.
Yeah, that's why we are asking.
Yeah. Just your opinion.
Well, I'm kind of glad it didn't happen.
Just about the team, if you will approve it next semester.
Well, these kind of Kiss or Slap party definitely feels like a not good party for me personally. I think that doing any party that is expected to lead to some physical contact is not really a good idea, because this is exactly how the people might feel uncomfortable, because in those situations when you're like I probably wouldn't do it, because some people would expect that's a social kind of a problem, maybe a little bit. But yeah, Kiss or Slap party, definitely not. Traffic lights party, that's a little bit, I think, not as problematic, because it doesn't have the physical contact in its name, but still, I think I would need a little bit more time to decide. Definitely, Kiss or Slap party, not, but Traffic Lights party, I think is at least a little bit reasonable.
And what else would you need to decide?
Well, I would probably like to talk with some people who went there, because their feedback would probably be the best for me to decide if it was an okay event or if any of the people felt uncomfortable, especially probably the girls, because it happens most of the time that the guys make the girls feel uncomfortable at the parties.
Okay, we have one reaction from Joe.
So you would organize the party and wait for the feedback from it?
No, the party already was.
Yeah, but like in the future.
Well,
For
in
example,
the future,
someone will come to you and wants to organize traffic lights party. What would you do?
well, if it was entirely new event, I would be much more careful. But I thought we were reacting to the traffic lights event that already was organized by, I believe, Mandel or Brno United.
Yeah.
So I would probably steer clear of these topics myself for doing any party that would be specifically tied to ESN VUT.
Okay, we have one question from Martin.
Do you plan to get inspired from other sections outside of Brno?
Yes, I already.
If you so, where would you search for inspiration?
So I already went on a little spike spree last week, looking at the ESN web pages of other sections, like VSI Prague and Ostrava, Olomouc. And yes, I looked at some of their procedures, which were quite interesting, and some of the trips they were doing are really interesting. Or another source of this information could be their Facebook pages, because a lot of the sections didn't really have their pages up to date. So, at some of the sections I found something from 2021. Is it sufficient answer? Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Zuzka? Joe, sorry.
How would you approach the situation when the other sections in the Brno, since we are speaking about the Brno United, would have like decreased interest in the events like tram party, for example? Our tram could be full, but the rest of the sections in the Brno United couldn't fill their trams to the full. Would you like decrease the count of the trams, or what would you do?
Well, you're drawing from recent past.
I'm just asking.
Well, since we would have enough students to fill up our tram, I would probably negotiate to have the other tram be a joint tram of Mendelu and Muni, if we're, or the other universities, to make sure that there is still enough space for everyone, and we can still provide enough spots for our students. Or the other option would be to offer our students to join trams of the other universities.
Thank you very much. If there are any questions, I will ask Roman to be quick with your answer, and like to ask quickly, because we are kind of run out of time. So, is there any other question from your side? Okay, no, I have the last one probably. So, I would like to ask, as I asked Paya, which type of the person are you when it comes to deadlines?
No, I think I'm quite a little bit worse than Paya. I tend to thrive on the pressure of upcoming deadlines, but I think I'm good at meeting those deadlines, be it a little bit later than Paya, but still.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I will ask if I can close the speakers list. Are there any objections? No? Okay. Thank you very much for your presentation. And you can go. And yes, now it's time for coffee breaks. Like just 5 minutes. In 5 minutes we will go 45 just there. So yeah, we will proceed to our another candidate. Where are Palko? So huge applause for our candidate for president position. Palko, it's here for you, and good luck.
Yeah. So, hello everyone, my dear friends, colleagues, my dear ESN community. My name is Pavel Pasternak, and I'm candidating for the position of the president of our lovely section. Oh. So, in a few upcoming minutes, I would like to share with you who am I, what are my personality traits, and mainly, what is my vision for our upcoming year. So, shall we begin? So, who am I? As many of you might know, I am from Slovakia. I have 2 sexy sisters. I'm studying at the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, and mainly I really like to socialize. Some of you might call me as a social butterfly because I really like to spend time among people. Me and ESN. So, as an ESN member who is here almost a year, I participated in many wonderful events and met many wonderful people like you guys. And what it gave to me, so it deepened my practicality because I was able to take pictures on different events. I also helped with preparation of our current board merge. I also improved my responsibility because I was one of the OCs for the organizing International Students Ball, and I also organized beer marathon as well as Brno United team building that was recently. Because I'm, as you might know, I'm really extroverted individual. I really like to, be around the people. So that's why I presented at events like Erasmus in schools or Erasmus generation meeting in Bucharest. And about my strong interpersonal skills, because I'm talking about superlatives, I help with HR agenda, and I also led some of the meetings. So, stop talking about me, and now let's talk about my vision as a president. So, first of all, I would like to, deepen and continue having good relations with university as well as with other organizations. Next, I would really love to, hire or welcome new members, and to do that, I'm thinking of placing billboards or billboards next to some tram stops, because this way we can, reach to more potential volunteers who would like to join our ESN. Other thing that comes to my mind when talking about members is rewards for events that our members create, because I think that our members are not rewarded enough for their work. And last but not least, I would like to create a ESN VUT Brno app, which I think will be a really huge improvement for our section. First of all, I would like to talk something that some functions that this app will have, and do one thing will be informing our Erasmus students about what is new, what is happening in our section, and stuff about our section in general. Next, the app will provide a better access for HRs in Brno United, because I want to spread it across Brno United. It will give a better access for the HR manager with the buddy system. And last and mainly, I would like to implement buying tickets online, because I think that's what our section needs. Because nowadays we have to have 4 days of open hours, but we really need just one to let Erasmus people buy tickets, or not tickets, but the currency they will be using in our app. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Thank you for your attention. Oh, sorry, there's one more thing I'd like to share with you guys. One more thing that I think you could be interested in, and you are the first one who will see the graphics that will, the first version of the graphics that our app will use. And here it is. Who replaced the background? Oh, never mind. So here it is. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, now that's really everything. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much, Paco, for your presentation. And by this, I'm opening the speakers list. We have one question from Mirka. Is there any other question? Okay. Another one? No? Okay, Mirka, you can go.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. I will start with the application because that's like a very big thing to do. I like your enthusiasm about it, but I would like to also ask a few questions to make sure that you are also realistic about that. One of the things is, do you have any experience with making such an application? Because it sounds easy, but like making the payments online is quite a bit difficult to do with security and all the stuff to it. So can you like tell us some background that you may have that would qualify you to make such an application, and do you see that you could be able to finish it?
Yeah, thank you, Ilka, for the question. No, I don't have like background with developing applications, but I have team with amazing people who are willing to help me with that, and I'm thinking that I will be just one with the great ideas and the people will do all of the work. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it, because I think this project is not about like one person job. It has to be team on it because it is really sophisticated and it will require a lot of time and effort. So I think the better way to do this is by team, not just one person. And I'm just thinking like I will be the one who will do like the managing stuff about it, because that's what I can do.
Okay, and do you think your application would, like comparing to the Instagram and Telegram that you already have for the communication and like sending the post, what advantages do you see for your applications to have it? Because any feature you add to your application is more complication to develop, and you are adding some feature that people already have covered. So how do you compare your applications to those Instagram, Telegram, and other channels that we have for communication? What your applications have that those channels don't have?
You mean like Instagram, Telegram, and...
Yeah, you mentioned that application would be also like for the posting and like saying what's going on in our section to the Erasmus students.
Yeah.
So we already do this with the Instagram, Telegram, and Facebook and other like channels that we have. So your application doesn't have something that those channels don't have that you need to create it.
Yeah, the main thing about this application is like selling tickets. That's why I brought this up, because I think nowadays the selling tickets can be hard and it requires a lot of the people to do the work. So I think the great way of like make our work easier is through this app.
I mean that part I understand, but you mentioned like also it's like for the communication with the...
I'm not referring to communication exactly, I'm just referring that it will inform the people like what is going on, like this event and that event is occurring and stuff like that, because like in Telegram group they can like write into that channel and like talk between each other, and like that's about Telegram. But I wouldn't definitely like cancel the Telegram or like Instagram or like Facebook, because they are really good advertisement of our section.
Okay, thank you. I think we can continue offline discussion now.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thank you. Patrick?
You mentioned rewarding the alumni first, and do you have any particular ideas? How would you like to?
Yeah. I brought this idea from our lovely section of Mendel, and they have this system when the member joined the ESN, he is just a member, and through like his volunteering he can start to be active member. And when he do this, he will receive some benefits like free ESN card, or like some promotion that he was like the active member and stuff like that.
But wasn't this already implemented?
I don't think so.
I remember I had free ESN card when I was member of BUT.
Yeah, but like this way it will be explicitly said that after you become active member you will receive some benefits.
Okay.
One of them will be the ESN card, and others we will think about later.
Okay, Okay, then we have another question from Radia and Philip, and after that Joe.
Okay, Paul, thank you for presentation. You mentioned that ISB taught you how to be responsible and like that. Could you mention something else besides being responsible what ISB taught you or gave you?
Like ISB,
Yeah, ISB.
it really gave me like the cooperation with the people, because there was a big team of people who I had to communicate with. For example, you, I was communicating with you, with the partnerships. So yeah, it gave me the communication and also like the better understanding of how such big event is organized.
Okay, Philip.
So I wanted to ask about the billboards, like what would be your focus group, because as for now you don't have any active members, for example, from Faculty of Fine Arts. We don't know if it even exists, but there are some students from there. Yeah. But I don't think like a billboard here would get us some potential members from there, and we like need to more spread out in faculties. So if it isn't like better to just, let's say, ask teachers and make a presentation about ESN in their first lectures or something like that, rather than paying for a billboard that would be here in the center of, let's say, the faculties from which we have the most ESNers.
Oh, thank you Philip for a question. To be honest, from my perspective, I didn't know about ESN until like Michał showed up on Zaszkołowak. So I think a lot of the people around here doesn't know about ESN well, so I think placing billboard here next to the tram stocks is really a great idea, because they will see it, and if there will be some catchy slogan or something, then probably they will Google it or something. So I think it will be really good for us.
May I just
Yeah, sure.
like, would you value new, let's say, ESNers from like FEKT or film the same as like ESNers from Fine Arts? Like, shouldn't be more focused for the for the potential new members from the faculties from which we cannot guarantee buddies, because that's a problem that we cannot guarantee buddies from like Fine Arts.
I really value every member. It doesn't matter where it comes from, or like it doesn't need to be in school or anything. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I value every member. It doesn't matter where it is from or like what it is studying.
Like, talking about unborn child who can talk like we want that one, that one. They are not yet member. Like, if we should more focus on like the fine arts and stuff like that.
I mean, like, yeah, we can I don't want to focus on like specific type of students. Like, what's the point?
Like body coverage, because we can't take bodies from fine arts.
I see. And your question is?
If you are trying to focus based on faculties.
No, I don't try to focus based on faculties.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have Joe.
Yep. Can you name 3 biggest problems of our section, and how would you like solve them briefly?
Yeah, one of the problem is selling tickets.
Yeah.
So this will be solved by our ESN app. Next problem that we have is lack of the members, because after the COVID our section really got into the lack of new members. And the third one probably will be about no, I can't think of the third thing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can. Budget. Budget. I think that's one of the problems that our section have, and because the money from the university are getting lower and lower, this will be really big problem in the future. So to solve this, I'm thinking about selling some stuff for them, like the merch, or try to find some new sponsors that will give us money.
Okay, Juska will go next, but first of all, I will ask myself. But I will ask you, Blanka. I'm very proud of you, first of all, and very nice presentation. I would like to ask, as I did previous candidates, how are you about deadlines, the type of person?
To be honest, I'm not the best at deadlines, but I'm trying to get better, and I will do better. I can promise that.
Yes, thank you very much. And my other question, as we don't have a candidate for HR manager, how will you proceed with that? Are you ready to take some responsibilities from HR agenda, or how you would like to cope with that?
Yeah, about HR agenda, because this is really big position in the board. I'm just thinking of trying to find someone in our section. I'm currently working on someone, and also I'm thinking of like creating a HR team as was in the last year. So that's pretty much it of how I want to deal with that.
Yeah, thank you very much. We have Zuzka, Martin, Jirka and Patrick. So Zuzka?
How much time do you think it will take to create such an app?
A lot. It really depends on like how skillful are our team members who will be developing it. But from like it's really hard to tell how long it will take for someone to do some job. But I have like the approximate. It will take like 1 month to 2 months of hard work.
Okay, so another.
Can I just have another question?
I saw that.
Okay,
Can I add something to this?
Yeah.
You smiled. Okay. So, but like, the point is, it really depends of like how much do I motivate them, how good I will do the work for them beforehand, so they have just the coding thing to do, because like the coding itself doesn't take so much effort or like so much time to do. The main problem is like design all of the things beforehand, like the databases, like what person will do what, and also like the design, the user interface. So I was speaking about like the time of coding and like motivating the people to do the final work, not the things that I will do before for them.
Okay. Okay, sorry to interrupt the role, but I will ask before to the app, because as you know, we are currently in work with Fiesta, the second edition. How would you like to motivate next Erasmus generation, like next Erasmus students, to be active on Instagram, Telegram, Fiesta, and also the app?
You mean like the Erasmus people?
Yeah. Like how will you motivate? Because like there's other platforms, and they definitely, like, I think there will be problems like managing all from the Erasmus students. They won't join for everyone.
Yeah, I understand your question. So the thing is that I would really love to finish this app during the summer, and by doing this, I can then give them like on the welcoming emails that this is the app that we are using, and this is the app that they can buy tickets for the events. This way we can like motivate them to be on this, because there will be not another option to buy tickets, like really. There will be, but it will be easier for them to use app.
Okay, thank you very much. Martin?
Thank you for the presentation. Did you think about anybody who could be your vice president? Just yes, no?
Yes, I have someone.
Okay, it was... Who was next? Jirka? It was you?
I'm not sure there's someone before me can ask them like question here, so.
I have a question.
Okay.
If you should be honest with yourself, do you think it will be challenging for you to do the part of the agenda which no one really sees? And how do you think you will cope with
question, please?
Yes, being the president, it's not only about being in front of people and being like the face of the section, but it's also about a lot of things behind, like communication with university and stuff, which people don't really see and cannot appreciate in the moment. So do you think it will be challenging for you to do those tasks?
To be honest, I'm really looking forward to this because I think this can move me like forward, because those things are really important for like, you know, professional life. So I'm really looking for that things that are not see, you know, communication online, communication offline, and getting you know, better relations with people. That's the thing I really want to do.
Bureaucracy as well?
Bureaucracy, yeah, not much, but I understand that this is how our world works, so I can't do much about it, and I have to deal with it.
Okay, we have one question from Zuzka. Is there any other question?
I still have with my question, so.
Yeah, sorry. So are there any other questions than from Irka and Zuzka? So I will ask and I will close the speakers list. Are there any objections? Okay, no. So after these two questions, the speakers list will close. So Irka?
Yeah, I have the light question at the end. How would you like to be remembered at the end of the Monday? When someone asks me like a few years from now, hey Jirka, like how do you describe Palco? So what would be like those few words that would like end up your Monday? What would you like to be remembered for?
Friendly type of the person, I guess. That's what I want to do.
Okay, the last question from Zuzka.
You mentioned cooperation with university several times. Do you plan to open a discussion about financial support, and if yes, what is your strategy?
So, to this question, I was worried that it will come. So, I don't have a plan so far about this, and I'm not really sure about much of the like university stuff, because I didn't experience that so far, and like there is not much of like the information I can get from, because I didn't participate in discussions and stuff like that. So I will do my best to deal the best deals for us, for our section, and I also will do my best to keep a good relations with them.
So you have no strategy?
So far, no.
Okay.
But it is what it is, and I will deal with them along the way.
Okay.
That's my strategy, like with everything.
So yeah, thank you, Palko, for your presentation. You
Sure.
can sit down, and we will proceed. And I would like to welcome here the last but not least candidate for the next treasurer of FEKT Brno. Kurt, it's your turn.
So first I want to tell you something about me. Here you have some biological information about me. And there's me in my nature area, like in my So now we move to some little less interesting facts. For example, I'm from Náchod and I was born there like 23 years and 27 days ago. So it's a pretty long time. I'm fan of sci-fi books. If it comes to hard days, I don't need to sleep. I can do actually work 2 nights because I cannot sleep anyway, so it don't take much. I'm fan of culture. I'm really big lover of Brno Theatre Festival. And I have tortoise as pet. And then you can see that most of the photos are too dark that you cannot see them because it's during the night taken. So me and traveling, one of my most favorite thing to do in my free time is traveling. here you can see some photos I took during my journeys from Italy. Also from I like to hike around the Brno, so from Hadi, and from Croatia, from World Championship in rally. So my other hobbies, I love to, now I'm doing artistic casting. I'm fan of huge things which are moving, so that's why I'm engineer. And I love to spend time with great people around me and with playing guitar. So me and ESN. I'm not as long in ESN, I'm here only since October. Most of our members probably know me as snack delivery for our meetings. And as active member, I help to organize some trips. For example, I'm most proud about the trip to Znojmo. It was on the end of the Welcome Week. And I'm not, there were some problems in the beginning of the trip, but the things about it I'm proud was when I need to fight the prices, because from the last trip almost everything cost almost double the amount of what it was before the year or two. So it was challenging, and I think that I got some great prizes for that. Another event that I'm helping already right now with is boat party, and there will be also wild camping, which is still in plan. It was postponed because there was snowing in that date, so it wasn't clever to go wild camping to the nature when it's snowing outside. So my goals as treasurer. So first, something about Panda Point. I want to organize stuff in the office because there's a lot of things. I don't think that anyone who comes there as new one and someone wants to get something, you don't know where to find it. There's so many stuff, and some of them we don't really need. And with that, I want to make some electronic database of things which are there, so you can easily type to computer what you want to find, if it's there or not, and also to find where it is exactly in the storage. So you will not searching for it for half an hour. Also, there is some broken stuff and red balls from wine, so also before beginning of semester will be nice to repair it, clean it, and afterwards it's great to keep it clean, because if we just make some offer to get it to some nice representative view, it's great to keep it like that. The other thing I want to do is I really want to help Palko with the app, because like we said, it's also part of my agenda. So it's need to make easier for Erasmus students to pay for some events, because I think that some smaller events like Guitar Jam, which was paid also last time, there is problem because no one want to actually go for Panda Point to pay the 50 crowns, and to get there, they are just lazy for it. No one want to do this. And because of that, one part of the thing that they will go to Panda Point and buy it is they can meet each other and things like that, so to socialize with each other. So they will need to help to complete the global language project with people who already are participating in it, because it will be another place to meet the people when we don't have to use so many the Panda Point for it. So another thing which we need to do is to just make some insurance for trips and presidents, so if something happens, we will be ready for it, and yeah, just like that. And the last thing, and already first thing which ESN students, is to have improved awareness about ESN cards, sponsors and things like that. So, and this is probably the end. And also now, was taught, we are coming to hard days because of we start to have lower budget. So I really need to, I'm already pretty, sorry. Just I need to still learn many things from Philip and things like that, to be at least to be responsible to keep our treasure fulfill for another year.
Still get the other half of the budget and money already paid the 5%.
Yeah, we are good, but it don't need to be like case for next year.
Thank you very much. Good for your attention. And with this, I'm opening the speakers list, and I will ask my, 2 questions. Is there anyone else? Okay. So Patrick, Jirka, and Raja. So, first of all, thank you very much for your lovely presentation. And I would like to ask about a question which was during online question round, and it was about partners. As the one of the precious one you wrote that it's Ricardo Perez who is in charge of responsible party. I would like to ask where you see the potential with cooperation with this partner, and why do you pursue it?
Because as I heard, there was some parties and events where they could help us to lower our like how it's called expenses. Sorry for that. To lower our expenses, so we will not need so big budget for the things to have before the event actually.
Okay, I will just a little bit under question. So you are talking about a cooperation with responsible party project or something else?
It's like not only them. I was just making them as how it's called. Example
Okay.
for these kinds of parties with co-working with other facilities.
Okay. My second question will go to partners as well. We are all aware that future with Ryanair is not so sure, and every summer.
Yeah, it was only a question like if I know.
I know.
So I wasn't
yeah,
like.
it wasn't just the question about that. The future after all the summers are like unsure, and how do you see the future of ESN card if the contract and partnership with Ryanair will expire? Do you see the potential in ESN cards after that?
Yeah, there's still, because for example here in Brno we have many small partnerships with some cafes, pubs, shops. So there's still potential, at least for Erasmus students which are already here.
Okay,
and
thank you very
also
much.
for us.
Thank you very much. There was, I think, Patrick. Yeah, so Patrick.
Could you introduce us, those who don't know, to the global launch project idea?
Yeah, it's idea to transfer our office from Faculty of Business to place where we'll be meeting the Erasmus students with our local students, not only with ESM members, but it will be open for everyone.
And where would that be?
On Faculty of Business, in our old office.
Thank you.
Okay, the next was Raja.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. I have a question about the ESN card. You mentioned that you would like to raise the awareness of the ESN card. So how would you like to do that?
Yeah, first I want to include to welcome back some map of Brno, where you will see the places already showing where you can go for this, where will be the places written where you can get some advantage with ESN cards, some lower prices, some special prizes, and something free also there is in some places.
Okay, thank you. Were there any other questions? Yeah, Jirka?
Yeah, I have 2 questions. One, you mentioned you want to reorganize the stuff in the Panna Point. That actually has been done several times, that people organize the things and make it nice organized, but it never lasts for long. Mainly because when there's even happens, people take the stuff and there is return in disorder.
Yeah.
And during the cleaning, people just put it on other places. How
That,
you
that's
ensure it's
that's also the part of the how it's called, the electronic list of things there, because you will see where it goes, and if you see something somewhere else, you can just get it to the right place. So I hope that this will help to keep it organized.
How would the right place be defined, like in the Brno somewhere?
It will be mostly because most of the things are in the office on the shelves, and it will be defined by the shelves and place, because you have always you have the shelves divided by the structures, the holding structures. So this will be places which will be just keep the place organized, and you can do it in Excel to just have everything nicely colorful, and every just square in the Excel will be placed in this shelf.
And are you willing to spend your time to
I'm willing to
every week basically, because this will struggle to work with just people putting the things?
Yeah, I know, and I am able to give this time. If it will help to future.
Thank you, I'll remember that we can discuss it. I've seen those ideas, I'm for the idea, I'm just like, I've seen the problem with it in the past and just try to warn you about it. And my second question is, because our budget is not unlimited, and what's your priority for the budget? For example, we want to buy new speakers, we want to buy a grill, we want to buy the new equipment for the Panda Point, we want to buy some like games there. What would be your priority list for the spendings?
It will depend on how much we exactly need it, because if we have like working speakers which are good enough, it's no need for them, but it's not the case right now, and yeah, it will be.
I mean, we always have a need for more things that we have budget for, so that's why I'm asking about the priorities of the things.
Priorities will be around what we exactly need, like actually the most. Because like you said, we don't need everything. Some things are only to have something only slightly better. Some things are that it will make huge improvement. So this will be what will be like how I will decide what actually.
Or now you don't have any specific things that you.
No, I don't. No, I don't have. Okay. I need to look at it.
Thank you.
Okay. Are there any other questions, Zuzka? Any other? Okay, Zuzka, and then one from myself. So Zuzka.
Do you already have in mind any potential partners?
Not yet. I hadn't. Since I decided to like accomplish, I didn't can do some exact place, some exact partner.
Okay. And you said that there is a huge potential for Erasmus students to use discount in Brno. Do you know how much are the discounts used?
Mostly like 10 or 20%.
And
if I look.
I don't think about the percentage of the discount, but I mean the frequency of how much or how many times, for example, during the semester, come Erasmus student to some club or some restaurant to use the discount?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to just raise the awareness about that, because this don't happen because they don't know these places, and this is a huge problem. I think that it's the biggest like disadvantage to this all. So it's the first thing it's need to do, like make the students aware where they should go to get this, and that even they can get some.
Okay, and how you want to increase the awareness?
Like I said before, like for example, with Welcome Packs, I want to include map of Brno, which will be points with names of places and where they are to get the better prices or stuff for free.
Okay.
It's just my first idea to get.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. And now I forgot the mine. Okay, I will try to remember. Are there any other questions from your side? Okay. No, I don't know the question, so
I
my
can
bad.
wait if
No, I will ask you later, probably. So thank you very much for your presentation, and the speakers list is closed. So yeah, and now we will proceed to discussion without candidates. So I will ask all of the candidates to go out, and we will
Jo.
Nemáš šanci. Kam jdeš? Tady se říct, ukáž video tady. On se aspoň ten
No, Dana.
So yeah, guys, we are back, and because it's like we have like half hour, so we will do it like speedy as we can. So we will proceed to voting. We have our beautiful commission, so they will introduce you the voting system. But first of all, remember all of the people with interested membership can vote. You have to delegate the vote. If you have delegated vote, then you have 2 votes, so you will get 2 papers. We vote for classes manager, communication manager, event manager, president, and treasurer. Please, after you will receive the paper, circle the option you want to vote, so no other possibilities. Voting is anonymous, and candidate will be elected in case of at least half of the vote of present members. So we need at least half of the vote to prove the voting. So yeah, can we start? Yeah, if
Is
we
there
can start.
something else we need to introduce?
Ty mi píšeš?
Do you have any questions about the voting system? No, you know it from last year very much. So yeah, it's your.
People with delegated votes get 2 papers. So like, make yourself know that you get delegated votes.
Who have delegated vote, raise 2 hands, please.
Je tam.
Ale ono už to zakroužkovalo jednou. Myslím, že podruhé.
Děkuji.
If you have a comment, just raise a hand to let them know.
Chceš ještě do toho pandamentu?
Moc jsem
Jsi v trochu lebičuk, ne?
Nevím, jestli bude.
No,
Není slíbené. Nikdo kandidát se to nikdo neví. Lebič. Jsi tam červená.
Jo, no tak jsem to...
Dostaneš většinu.
Co je?
Dva. Děkujeme.
Ještě
radši na tom barvu, když to trošku ty paní bylo tiskám, že kolečko.
Do we have all? Okay, so moving on to event management.
Už jsem rozdal stejnou barvu.
Dík.
A co? Jaká čokoláda doma, ne? Aha, teďka jde doma, to jsi zavadil. Já za mě sobě, no.
Ale ještě já.
No, tři, no. Ne.
Čokoládu jsem nedostal, tak
Já jsem tu čokoládu dostal. Nemá šanci.
Prosím, děkuji. Nemůžeš pomoct.
Jeho zájmu, ale za každý.
To jsem měl se ve škole. Ta ne, zrovna. Vypadá víc než 10 minut.
Hodně krouku? Jo. Jsi hledíš masný. Ne. Můžeme hrát ve 12. Promiň. Jo, znám, protože jsem mi vytahoval svěsty, tak proto ji znám, jinak neznám. E-mail? Jiný kontakt. No to jako podívám se ti. Další papírek. Nestíhám hlasovat, to je rychlejší než... To radši.
Ještě jsme tady chtěli diskutovat.
Já už teďka jdu do svých. Protože tvůj jsem zabil. Dobře, ale nabíj. Ne, nabíj, ale jedu do sebe. Děkuju.
Okay, and the last one.
Aby jsme vzali
Děkuju. Štíto. Štíto.
Tady bylo jest, a já jsem to trošku udělal.
Ne, já se nechci.
Ještě si to dost daleko.
Ty jsi nevěrný.
Ano, jsem nevěrný,
Máš tam její Facebook, jo?
Jo, ne, díky moc.
Pohoda. Ještě zás.
Máš ty otázky z toho?
Jo. Ale jenom otázky, jo?
Jo, já jsem zapisoval to odpověď, protože
Stačí ti to takhle na prasáka?
Ano.
Však to jsou 3 otázky, prosím tě.
Coffee break, nice. So yeah, we will meet here 43. of the results. So starting with the question of, do you vote for Pavlina Guzurova to be elected to the position of causes manager of ESNV Brno? Your answers were 23 for yes, 1 for no, and 1 for abstain. So the causes manager will be Okay, next. Do you vote for Pavla Jiroškova to be elected to the position of the causes manager of ESNV Brno? Next up, do you vote for Roman Krček to be elected to the position of the events manager of ESNV Brno? Do you vote for Pavel Paštrnak to be elected to the position of president of ESNV Brno? And last but not least, do you vote for Kurt Hartmann to be elected to the position of the treasurer of ESNV Brno? The answers were. I would like to invite all of the new candidates to come in front and to take the picture.
Let's make picture. Picture together.
A nechce tam dát páju nahoru?
Co?
No,
Páju.
ale jinou páju.
Can someone write the fire?
Může píše.
Páj, zapni si kameru na chvilku.
A teď? Co? Be real.
Be real.
Počkej, ještě na tu páju. Zapni si ten mikrofon, teda.
Všechno si zapni.
Běžte víc k sobě.
Hej, já jsem
Páj, tak nic, ale.
Úsměv. Dík.
Video, yes.
Čekal na tohle.
Jasný.
Baba.
Post. Ale to tam nebude, vidím, že máme vlajku. Hej, mám video. Dobre, jak sa páči. Ale počkáme.
Ne, já jsem...
Čo to tam chceš dát taky, víš?
Čakaj, ešte, ale...
Na přední straně.
Ďakujem.
Congratulations to you all and good luck to your mandate and once again big applause again. Maybe just wait here and I would like to also invite the old board, the current board, to come and like take a photo with them as well. To have
No oba.
Jdeme před ně.
Starý board vlevo,
Můžu fotit.
Co?
Starý board vlevo,
Je, to je úplně jedno. Vy si stopněte nějak, abyste stáli jako...
Pojď sem.
Ne, Kurt je vyšší než Páj.
Byl jsem mácky rád? Tak pojď blíž, já jsem na nebo, já to nechci.
Tak úsměvy.
Taký boh tam.
Ještě jednou.
děláte pro ní.
A nějaký hurá nebo něco takového.
Hurá!
Ještě jednou hurá.
Hurá!
Děkuji.
And maybe wait the old board, please. Just a sec. You can go.
You can go.
Pako. I have also one thing for you, so just wait here. And just wait here, please.
To ty mám počkat.
Guys, I really want to thank you for your amazing job during the whole year. Don't worry, it won't be punishment. So just a little thing.
Thank
just
you.
zbytek posledního mandátu. And for Palko, because as I told you yesterday, it was last peaceful night. So I have something for you, like klidná hlava. So.
Thank you, Hani. Thank you.
Abys to využil.
Ďakujem veľmi pekne.
A nestrácel nervy.
Také veľké balení, Hani, ty ho na čo pripravuješ?
Thank you very much once again, and yes, now we are released. You can go. Bye, thank you very much for joining us, and you can go as well.
You can go. Probably go right now.
Like go.
Guys, and it's not over yet. Just come to Panda Point. There will be some food, so definitely join for the after party. And thank you very much for coming.
We have 5 minutes. Ještě bude zpět.